What's up? I'm outside. Check it out. There's the UFO cam. There's the live UFO cam for you guys. Uh-oh, hang on. Let me start the show. I'm going to start the show. Why is this? Oh.
What you tripping on? So what you tripping on now? Said what you tripping on? So what you tripping on now? Really low on label, let me say she don't she shave on. What you tripping on? Baby, it's label. Save it for the break, can we come back? Wait! One noticing up, son. Like a bullet down a song, stick around, you get stung in a pain and agony while looking at me deep. Across at his past, you'll let us 6 feet deep. My whole life, what you see is down to go to sleep. Said that you the dominant while we said just go free. It's mystical, magical, lyrically acrobatical, dramatical, too erratical, no time to get dramatical. So what you tripping on now? Said my friend, check it out. So what you tripping on? Sue me, motherfucker. Tell me what you tripping on.
What am I listening to? I will tell you what I'm listening to. You want to hear what I'm listening to? You like it? It is very interesting. As a matter of fact, it's called that is a group, Green Man, who's a YouTuber. He is his band is called Blow Up Betty, and the name of that song is Flow. That was Blow Up Betty and Flow, guys. What's going on? Hang on, I gotta switch the cameras around. Let me introduce everybody. Check it out. I got the Richie from Boston tonight. Hey, what's up, YouTubes? Let me see who's here tonight. Hang on. Let me switch the camera around. Let me add these guys. Hey, we got Rick's Realm.
Hey.
What's going on, buddy?
Thanks
for being here, man.
Thanks for having me. This is awesome.
Got a bunch of people in the chat. Hey, there's Dark Hour. What's up,
How
buddy?
we doing, Gutter?
Hey.
Rick's Realm. How's it going, man?
Nice
up, buddy?
to see you guys. Are you guys excited about the UFO cam? You think we'll catch anything?
I do.
We'll be the first to see it.
Hey, Pigeon Lady's here. Hey, Pigeon Lady, what's up? Good to see you.
Nathan, what's up, buddy? Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat. So you guys say what's up, man. You guys do your shows while you're on my show. How about that?
All right.
Rick, do you want to say this? I'm kidding.
Let me grab the wheel. Hold on.
Yeah, no, it was sort of. I think that was a request here, so I think you should have that in the background at least.
I do have it. It's ready.
Good.
You got the wheel ready? Oops, man.
I do.
Sorry, this table is really unstable. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Bouncing all over the place. I apologize.
That's
What'd you guys do? What'd you guys do today, Rick? What'd you do? Did you do anything cool?
I do the same thing every day. I'm up early. I'm still, after 2 years of getting up at 4:30 in the morning, you still get up at 4:30 in the morning, even though you're not working anymore. So I get up at 4:30, have some coffee, hang out, think of some stuff for my show or whatever. Take my first nap around 9 till about 10:30, and then I get up and I make some noises till about 11:30, and I eat some lunch. And then I go in for nap number 2 around 1:30.
I'm sorry.
Is that the UFO landing?
There's going to be a lot of background noise. I apologize. I'm right on a corner of a busy intersection in Forest Park, Illinois. And as a matter of fact, Where's Matt? Matt, you wanna my Matt wants to come on and say 10 minutes of Forest Park Paranormal. Is that cool with you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys want to talk with Matt about Matt's a proprietor in Forest Park, and with the virus going on, it's caused a real bad downturn with business. So he wants to come on and talk about Forest Park a little bit. You guys cool with that for a minute?
Sure.
Absolutely, man. Please bring him through.
He's been
Come on, buddy.
He's been painting all day, so give him a break. He's been working really hard. All right, here, Matt. I'm gonna give you the chair, buddy.
All right, cool.
You ready? Here he comes. Talk to the mic.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
From Massachusetts, he was talking about.
That's
Yeah.
right, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm okay. A little bit tired. I still got one more big job to do. We're painting the floor here.
Mm.
And it's a concrete floor, so that's yeah.
You get your physical exercise in at least. I mean, you're getting paid too, which is nice. But a workout too.
Yeah, right. So yeah, normally I come on at the end of the show, but today because I'm on a time schedule here, painting. Because of the painting time schedule, I'm gonna go ahead and do this at the beginning. Oh, Dave.
No, I'm just checking the camera. Go ahead, just making sure everything's working.
Oh, hold on, one second.
What happened now? Oh, you need
All right. Well.
He needs his lid, guys. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
Go Bears.
gotta have a hat. Yep.
gotta have it. Yeah, with the glasses. You need the glasses.
Did you guys like the thumbnail pic?
Oh, it was awesome. That was awesome.
Versus I was sweet. Go ahead, man.
All right, so I'm here to talk a bit Forest Park Paranormal, and I already explained this in my last appearance, but I'm just going to give a little thing here now. Forest Park is a largely cemetery town. It's a suburb of Chicago. It's the lesser known, sister, I guess, of Oak Park, where the Ernest Hemingway Museum is at, and the Frank Lloyd Wright Museum is at. So Forest Park, for up until I believe the 90s, was in the Guinness Book World Records for the highest ratio of dead to living residents, because about like half our town is cemetery.
Oh wow.
That's interesting.
So today, because it's Memorial Day Eve, I got a kind of a Memorial Day appropriate show, I guess, kind of a special show. So Forest Park, because of its central location, we're right between the highways and all the train tracks, was a spot where when a lot of young men shipped off to either World War I or II, they stayed at for a little bit. So a lot of the houses around here are 2 flats, 3 flats, a lot of kind of stuff. I myself live on a property that is a 2 flat with a carriage house in back, so I'm staying on the first floor of that flat. But not me personally, but a lot of people I know tell stories about how young men destined to go fight either in World War I and II over in Europe, maybe they didn't come back, and they found a lot of artifacts, a lot of journals, a lot of articles of clothing, other kind of special personal stuff to these men who maybe in Forest Park was the last time that they really lived in America,
Wow.
Right.
And obviously a lot of those young men are also buried in our various cemeteries,
Hey, what's up, UFO Buster? I just saw you here, buddy. There's people asking questions in chat, Matt. They're asking, what's the earliest grave in town?
You know what? I do not know that off the top of my head right now. I feel like I should. I'll tell you what. Next time I'm on, I'll have an answer to that. Because it is an answer I could find, but I just don't know it right now. I don't want to sit here and Google it. I want to finish my story and let Dave get back to his thing and me get back to painting. Look how blue my hands are today. Yeah, right. A lot of painting. So a lot of these people who own various flats, who it was the last time that various American soldiers that they lived. They've reported obviously a number of different paranormal things.
Well, I mean, it would make sense, having that much. I mean, I would say death, you know what I mean? But it's posthumous, of course. Even that kind of energy is being concentrated in one area. I would be surprised if you didn't see some sort of significant upheaval in energy somewhere. And then, of course, everybody talks about hauntings as a consciousness is behind it, but very easily we forget that there are still residual hauntings, somehow energy locked in the objects and the environments that replay. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some activity there, man.
Yeah,
a place to check out. To be honest with you.
Well, you should check out Dave's show. When do we do the last show, Dave?
A few days ago.
Well, the last time I was on, I talked about another slightly more well-known paranormal event in Forest Park, but it's Memorial Day, so I'm trying to, focus on this story tonight. Dave, we got any more questions?
I don't see anybody.
Oh.
Everybody loves you.
Okay.
Everybody loves Matt. Everybody give Matt a round of applause for his paranormal 10 minutes.
All right, thank you.
Hey,
Dave, our making this a regular thing. We haven't been on a day yet. Thank you all. See you soon. Hopefully.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one.
Thanks, Matt.
Very good. Very good.
That was sorry, I gotta switch over. What's going on, guys?
Hey, there he is.
Yeah, it's cool. Memorial Day, it's paranormal. We gotta think about these things. We're either to you guys in the service at all?
I was not.
Nope.
I do actually have an interesting paranormal story surrounding this sort of thing, though. When you guys are ready, I'll impart that on you.
Go for it. We're ready.
So
ready.
up here in Massachusetts, obviously, it's very old. Just like where you live in there too. I mean, there's a lot of different things that have happened on these lands. So I was in Holden, again up here in Massachusetts. It must have been a year ago, and it might have been around this time. I can't remember, but they were having this vet honored parade that was going up and down the main street. Now, the significant thing about it was that they were stopping at the older graveyards as they were coming up, and they do a whole thing, fire and everything in the air. Incredible spectacle to see. So at the time, my kid's mother and I and the kids went to, gather with the other people watching these guys do their thing. And they stopped at one graveyard that's on the right side of the house, and they have to pass in front. There's a graveyard on the left side, on the top of the main street, to give you an idea of. So down to this graveyard where they are, and they're doing the ritual, if you will. And I started seeing what looked like energy sort of congealing in the back buddy that was behind, the people playing the music and the guys with the rifles. And all of a sudden, I could see it was sort of a combination of in your mind's eye, yet you were seeing it visually, but not really taking it in and processing what looked to be figures of Revolutionary War soldiers dressed in their garb, literally just standing at attention like this, and just heads down. And all of a sudden, I get hit with this incredible wave of melancholy and sadness, but it was resolved at the same time. It was like it was there. It was almost acknowledged amongst whatever that source was, but it was there still. So I'm okay. Being a sensitive, I've experienced similar things. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So as they started finishing that graveyard and walking up, the feeling got stronger. And I realized that energy was literally coming with them. It was traveling with them from graveyard to graveyard, because by the time they got up to the second graveyard, I was so whelmed with emotion, I couldn't talk. I couldn't see because the tears were streaming down my eyes. I couldn't breathe, and I couldn't explain to anybody around me that I was okay. And I was just feeling these energies that were traveling with these guys, honoring the vets that had fallen.
That's amazing.
It was a very interesting.
A great story.
That's cool.
It's phenomenal. Have you ever seen it again? Anything like it?
Not to that capacity. I mean, I've felt what I'd say individual spirits were about, and they're carrying certain energies, or somebody passes away and they come to me first, and I can feel. Not to that extent.
Hey, guess what? We got another special guest with us, and he's gonna jump in right now. You guys ready?
Oh, we're ready. I'm ready.
Come on.
I'm going to introduce him as the president of the Paranormal Podcast Association, Mr. Richie Guffon.
No, hey, I put the glasses on like you guys. See? Hey, what are you guys doing? Forget about it. We've got upper decker glasses on.
I love the two sets. It's great. It's great.
You gotta have two. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, Rick? How you doing tonight, man?
Doing great. Good to see y'all. I got the Gutter Gawker, Rick's Realm, Dark Hour Paranormal. This is like the perfect foursome. Let's go golf.
Oh,
Hey,
For UFOs.
Who's staying under fire, you know?
I was listening in.
you guys give me 2 minutes, please. I'm going to put on the UFO cam for a minute, okay? I'll be right back. Give me one
See you
second.
tomorrow, bro.
You guys chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Like,
See
what
if
else
you
we
see-
gonna do?
See if you see a UFO. I'll be right back.
There goes one. Nope, balloon. Done. That's how it's done.
that's it.
Oh man, that's how you bring it. I'm telling you, that's fun.
I got the wrong glasses on, like a schmuck. I can't believe we're live.
Yeah, you believe it? We pretty much made
Yeah.
it through for all intents and purposes here. That's a positive thing, I suppose. You know.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
watching that sky like a hawk.
Are you
I
guys
know, right? I
There you
love
go.
that.
Now you gotta look at me now. Too bad. Oh God, there's Richie from Boston Jr. What's up?
Yeah, there he is.
Hey, YouTubes. Richie, what'd you do today?
A lot of sleep, and I've been working on a, like one of my short videos. I got an interview with Tyler, so you will hear. Why? It's true.
That's awesome.
It's true.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, sure. Tomorrow you'll hear it. It's pretty
Can,
good.
can you feed us a little bit? Can you share us a breadcrumb here? What he might tell us?
Well, he might tell you how he's just as guilty for doing what he's doing as far as the trolling, but it's gotten too far, he believes, and he's scared for his life,
No shit.
Oh wow.
Poor
which
dude.
is true
Well, yeah.
because he's a pussy. We all know that.
Trolls are brutal. Richie, have you ever had to deal with a troll?
Dude, yeah, for 3 years, same people.
Really?
Yeah, and finally one day I just said, you know what? Say what you want to say about me, post what you want to post. I don't care anymore. And I ignored them ever since, and eventually, after a year, it died off. That's what I tell everybody. You get a troll, yeah, you can, ignore them, but somebody's always going to come back and say, you won't believe what they posted. Don't tell me anything. I don't want to know. Because the less you know, the less you can get hurt. Because what can they do other than physically come over? That's it. It's just words.
That's just
No.
good.
Now, Rick,
Doxing, they take it too far. They dox people, which is wrong. They go after the family, wrong. They're off limits, But there's a lot of, I don't trust Tyler in this situation at all. If you guys are aware of what's going on.
I kind of heard the background of the story. It's somebody is coming after him pretty hard and asking him for money, basically.
More than that, but yeah, it's Lions Ground. They supposedly they had a deal for $600 a month, and it's true. There was $600 that was given to Lions Ground for a couple of months, and I don't know what happened, but he started posting videos. Tyler paid him to not make negative videos about security. So when that contract was null and void, then Lions Ground's been pissed off since 2018, plotting this comeback, this attack, and he has definitely gone after Tyler as hard as you can do it nowadays. And I don't know why YouTube hasn't gotten him taken off, but it's all about this this emblem, the logo, the alien head, and Lions Ground's trying to say he owns it, but he doesn't. Tyler is trying to show us evidence that he owns it by using other YouTubers to post the evidence. I don't know why he just doesn't do it. But there's no evidence being shown that it's a direct link to Lions Ground or anything. It's always screenshots of something. And then I just noticed there was a problem with one of the screenshots that Tyler was sending out to his friends. In the upper left-hand corner, next to the new logo he made, it says subscribe subscriber something. I don't know what it, I can't remember right now. And then another one underneath the logo, it says something totally. Oh, it says by Lions Ground, or thing was sent by Lions Ground, or copyright by Lions Ground. So why wasn't that copyrights by Lions Ground under the other one that showed the same screenshot of the same page? How could it be two different corners? Upper left-hand corner is totally different. So I think Tyler's trying to pin a lot of stuff on Lions Ground, even though Lions Ground isn't coming out and saying, hey, it's not me. He's saying, yeah, it's me. So there, it is real, it's true, but how much, I don't know. But Tyler will be back. It's all going to be fine. My thing is, if there was 10 claims filed against Tyler and his channel, why did he only get 2 strikes and not immediately 3 or 10? How does that work? YouTube just stops at 2 and then they'll talk to you about the third one? It doesn't work that way. So I don't understand how that works.
Yeah, well, Tyler will definitely be back, and he will be posting up shitty videos, and people will be watching them. And unfortunately, you know, it's us in the background sitting here bitching about it. What can we do about it, guys? Rick's Realm, Dark Hour. You guys, let me know your thoughts. What can we do to change ufology?
You know, it's tough. I mean, especially using, you know, something like YouTube, where you don't really know, you know, who's saying you got to take that down, whether it's an automated response to it. You know, James Rink, I believe, mentioned, you know, a lot of the videos that he was putting up initially. I think he had a 3-part documentary, and they just kept taking it down, and he was getting millions of views through other viewers who would post it. And I think that was pretty interesting, that in order to, you know, on a platform where you feel like you can express yourself, you know, obviously to a reasonable degree, you have to go through other people just to get your information out there, because you keep getting shut down. Now, in the case of Tyler, I don't know all of the specifics. Rich sort of enlightened me a little bit more to that, you know, in this last moment. But it's crazy. I really don't have an answer for it. You know, we just kind of have to move forward and do what we can to protect ourselves and the information that we have and are sharing and each other. So, well,
here's what Tyler said to Alien Addict, who's also friends with Tyler. He's making another video. It's supposed to be Unreal. But Tyler said he proved that he had the copyright on that logo just the other day, and sent proof to Nocturnal News, is the channel that's doing all this for Tyler, and Alien Addict. But he posted something that Tyler said was interesting. Tyler said, I've had the copyright since 2018, but Lions Ground says, I just got the copyright a few days ago. I own it. Well, it takes 13 to 18 months to get approved for a copyright. So obviously Tyler is not lying about that, which is interesting. But the link that they show us, it doesn't show us where any of the evidence is coming from. You know what I mean? It's just screenshots. It doesn't show. I know that you don't want to give out anybody's email address, but tease me a little bit. Show me it's from an email at least. You know, it's just weird. What do you guys think, Rick?
Rick, what do you think? How do we change? How do we take care of Tyler and his falsehood and all this bullshit?
I'm really interested in seeing this play out. I've been watching it, and like Rich said, who knows if it's even real or not. These big YouTubers a lot of times will put out these videos where they're fighting with each other and trying to, you know, boost each other up a little bit, and then, you know, behind the scenes they're really friends. So but it's really it's really interesting. Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely. What I thought. What if this is that? What if they planned this to help each other out?
They could be one of those. Yeah, absolutely. You got to look at it that way too, from that side, you know.
Well, what caper can we plan? We got three smart guys right now. Let's plan to take over ufology, but let's do it the right way, right? Rich is kind of setting the tone for that with his show. I think his show is pretty good. You guys enjoy it, don't you?
Oh, absolutely.
I hate it.
I love it.
Sucks.
No.
Rick, when did you start watching?
What's
that? We lost Gutter.
Uh-oh.
He'll come back.
We're still here.
It's a screenshot. Nope, I don't believe it's him.
You have to make the noise.
I bet you Gutter's gonna have to just wait that out. Well, when I came in, Dark Hour, you were talking about was it a ghost story? Because I caught the last 10 seconds or so.
Yeah, it was an experience I had, watching a vet parade. It was in honor of vets. I believe it was around a year ago, around this time. Just to very quickly recap, I all of a sudden started seeing this energy that sort of morphed between like my mind's eye and a physicality. I could see these Revolutionary War soldiers standing with their arms in front of themselves. It was a feeling as well as the visual too, and it was so impactful that I got incredibly emotional. It choked me up so hard that I could barely breathe. I had to excuse myself from the populace at the time because nobody knew if I was all right, and I didn't want to worry anybody. But I couldn't get past it. And as soon as I left and I went back towards the house, the energy was still with that whole crew of people. Like it was moving from graveyard to graveyard. And again, it was a very sorrowful, melancholy sort of feeling.
Wait, hold on. Where was this?
This was in Holden, Massachusetts.
Oh, what location? I mean,
what's that?
Like where? Like where were you?
Oh, I was out on a main street. They have these old graveyards that are peppered amongst the road, and they were going from graveyard to graveyard, doing this whole salute and honoring the vets. But this energy was literally traveling with them, and for the reasons I can't explain. I could see and I could incredibly deeply feel what they were bringing with them. So it was
and you felt everything.
Oh God, yeah! It made me collapse in a sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't breathe. I was crying.
I've had that happen a couple of times, bro. It's weird.
Have you?
Right? Yeah, yeah. At my house, I woke up. I saw the clock said 3:01 a.m. and I'm laying on my side, and my eyes were open, and I see a head of a woman, just a head of this pretty woman, and I had this feeling. Now, this all took place like 3 seconds. Okay, so me telling you it seems way longer, but I remember thinking, oh my God, I'm seeing a ghost head. I'm going to try to touch it and see what it feels like. And as soon as I went to lift my hand, it's like she read my mind and she came at me and went, yeah, like she screamed at me and her hair went out and I screamed and tears just started. I felt everything. This woman was in an abusive relationship, couldn't get out of it. And her daughter was also being abused. And I would see the kid in the kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Sitting in the corner. Yeah. With like it looked like pilgrim style stuff, but I'm in Arizona. So if it was 100 years ago, we weren't even we have been a state now for 100 years, but we're new to the union. So as far as numbers go, so there was a lot of Indians and pilgrims that lived in Arizona.
Well, that's incredible that it sort of kind of came at you in the way that it did. I mean, you talk about it almost sounds like a movie. I mean, I believe you had the experience. That's amazing, man.
I wouldn't tell it if it didn't happen. I remember when it happened, I was like, I got to tell somebody about this. I've never had this happen. It was weird. I think when I was with my wife, because I'm divorced now, but when I was with her, I think she was my beacon for everything, because after we split up, everything seemed to die.
Huh.
And then it's picked up like 2 years after, like they found me or something.
Yeah.
It was weird though. But yeah, when nothing happened until I met my wife, I didn't see any UFOs. That house that she had was haunted, which by the way is a mile up the road. I drive by it almost every day. I want to go in there and walk around, see if it feels the same. Oh, hey, Gutter's back.
Hey, welcome to the show.
We're off the web, and you guys are still here. I was so nervous. I was like, "Oh no, the show is gone," and here you guys are still rolling. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're waiting for you, my friend.
Cool. Well, you guys were talking about Bat Squatch again. Is that what you were talking about?
No, it was about you actually.
Oh, great.
It was all good. We were talking about experiences. Yeah, it was wild.
Did you guys listen to William's show?
I didn't get a chance to catch it.
I
fell asleep. I was out.
William Patterson's show. It was pretty cool. He gets a lot of trolls, though. I was seeing there was a ton of trolls in there
because he plays with them. He doesn't know how to leave them alone.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they were kicking a lot of people off last night. I saw they were kicking a lot of comments off. It was crazy.
How long were you on?
I was on for 90 minutes, but he did he did a pre-recorded show, and we just talked about like old horror movies and the like. It was cool. It was
Nice. Yeah, he's a good guy, man. You know, he's been following me and him since day one.
Oh, really?
That long, 16 years.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. That's incredible.
Yeah, and his trolls leave me alone. It's weird.
Why does he get so much heat, Rich? Why is that?
It's a long story. You need to ask him.
Okay.
But they don't like him they think he's glomming on
Me too.
to other people's stories and plagiarizing. And the guy's not.
Uh-huh.
It's just people that don't like him for whatever reason.
Oh.
You'll have to ask him. It's super long. I'll probably mess it up.
Rich, who's your favorite person in paranormal?
Oh, have you ever heard of Goof on Radio? Seriously, I don't know, guys. You know, I'm just now doing something I've never done before, and that's watching everybody else's shows. So I am kind of like new to the paranormal again because I never watch or listen to anybody's show other than Dave's Spaced Out Radio. And you guys, you know, you see me in there, I'll listen, but that's new. That just started. And that's because of you guys, you and Rick. And also B. Baker will send me some links and I'll watch these people. And I'm like, all right. So what I've been doing is watching a lot of YouTube and trying to, you know, expand at the same time and be nice to people. I'm always nice.
Are you expanding, Rich? Are you getting more subs? Is that rolling?
Yeah. Well, anytime you do a Tyler-based show or video, it's going to bring you.
That one video had 11,000 views, right? The one Tyler one, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I have another one that has 25 or 30,000.
Nice.
It's only a 5-minute video, and here I am busting ass 2-3 hours every night. Like, why?
Well,
I like
edgy,
it. That's why.
Edgy stuff. Rick's realm. How's your sub base going? Is it getting bigger, buddy?
yeah, we got 52 subs today.
That's awesome.
In one day?
One day.
No, I'm sorry. As of today. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, wait, you just had 3 like last week.
Pretty much it feels like that, yeah.
I know, I'm joking a little bit, but
I started early 20s at 21. I think I started with. I had families and friends on there, and then so I got about 30 people since I started the show last month, which is pretty awesome. So
that's all I've done.
Yep.
How about you, Dark Hour? How you doing? You rolling in with some people now?
Well, I'm at the high number of 9 subscribers, and I'll be honest with you, I come from radio, so YouTube is something different for me. It's a new platform. I'm just being introduced, and thank God for Rick, who's kind of helped me through some of the technical things that I figured I should have known. But coming from a different technology, I'm not used to being seen while I'm doing the show. So I'm getting.
Can I pause you real quick? And can you tell us a little bit more about your background? Because I really don't know too much, but I've talked to you a few times. You're pretty cool. So you want to share with your background, where you came from, all this stuff?
Sure. I got into this field, I'd say when I was maybe 12 or 13. My mother brought me a book called Embraced by the Light by Betty J. Eady. And I don't know if you guys have seen or heard of this book. It's been out there for quite some time, along with Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh, and all those kind of novels. So my introduction was that, and I once I realized that I'm starting to look at stuff with life after death, I got into meditation and astral projection by 15 years old. Of course, in that time, being a kid, I would experiment with different psychedelics and trade off the different experiences. Eventually left those behind around 16, 17, wherein I continued on normal life doing college and stuff, but I was very interested in the paranormal and continued to research things like the Montauk Project, which you've heard me bring up, and Philadelphia Experiment. I got real heavily into those in the late 90s, along with Tronvalo Melchizedek's Flower of Life course, which is very informative on many different angles. And since then, I'd say around 2001, 2002, I started getting into college radio, which eventually trickled over into some more semi-professional radio, doing talk shows. And I did have a couple music shows, depending on what the genre I was promoting at the time. But that's where I started with it. Now, I'm a musician and performer, comedian, magician, stand-up comedian. I've done a lot of these things, performance-wise. So for me to get in front of a camera now, I'm just really excited to be able to do that and be part of a great community. And Goofon has been an absolute anchor, just gravitating all these great people in. Not to blow you up too much, man, but I got to tell you, like it is. You know what I mean? So,
what was the first UFO you ever saw? Did you ever see one?
The first UFO I ever saw, I have two experiences.
Okay.
Was actually right here where I am in Connecticut now. My folks' house, they're out for some time, so I brought my kids down here during this whole isolation thing. Now, where I am is in just by New London, so we have the Groton submarine base here. And one evening, I went out on this porch here, and I was about 17 or 18 years old. It's late at night. I'd stayed up watching TV, and I looked out the door, and I was going to shut up for the night, and I noticed that there was this bright light above the tree line where the power lines were over by the sub base. And I thought to myself, oh, that's really strange. So I stood and watched it for a moment. And as I looked at it, I thought, I think I see a spinning band in the middle, which kind of looked multicolored. And I was like, what the hell? So I reached for the binoculars and I looked through the binoculars. And sure enough, there was this multicolored band of light that it looked like it was rotating or going back and forth in the middle of this white light. I thought it was very strange because it was incredibly stationary. I heard nothing. And in my head, I thought, you got to go and get the video camera. So as I think this, the other side of me says, hey, listen, if you turn around, it's going to be gone. And I'm like, that's crazy. But I gave the, leniency for the moment, and I stuck around for another 7 or 8 minutes. By the time that went through, I said, you know what, I'm going to run and grab it. I know exactly where it is, and I'll be right back. So I did that, ran over to the next room, grabbed the camera, because we had the old VHS recorders back in those days, pulled the thing up, looked out, and it was gone. Absolutely gone. And I've never seen anything here like that since.
Amazing. Richie Goofon, can you relate to that story?
No. Where's here?
Connecticut over New London. Sorry.
Okay. Of course I can relate. Yeah, once you leave, once your eyesight is off the UFO, you walk away. If you don't go where your feet should have been before and try to look back, you'll never find it. It's so hard. It could have still been there, man. That's what's sad. Maybe you missed it?
Honestly,
No.
I mean, I don't think it's the case because it's very dark out here. I'm right by the ocean. I literally have a beach in front, so there's no street lights or anything. It was the only thing in the sky that night. I mean, it was clear you could see stars, but it's not something I could explain. Now, the odd thing about it is the second time I saw a UFO was up in Manchester, Connecticut, some years later. And I had a similar experience where in my head it said, don't turn around, it'll be gone. And I said, all right, I'll wait. And I did it. And again, so it was consistent at least.
That's funny how you talk to yourself when you're out there. Do you do any, that's funny. You do stand-up comedy. I do too. And I missed my open mic nights here in the last couple of months.
No kidding. How long have you been doing stand-up comedy for?
On and off for 20 years.
Oh, that's awesome.
I just don't talk about it because everybody says the same thing. Oh, do something. Let me hear this. Or what's your funniest thing? I'm like, oh, my God. It's not even, what it's like.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that nightlife, though.
Rick's Realm, have you ever been a comedian?
No. You've seen my show. Come on.
I know you got some talent, man. Tell us what it is.
You're so freaking funny.
I like to cook.
Tell us your background, buddy. Let's hear it. Come on. I want to hear about your story.
Honestly, there's not much. I'm a basic, average guy. Just likes to cook. I've been in the restaurant for a long time. That's how I met Michael. How long ago? About 13 years, I'd say.
13 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, so we met that long ago in the restaurant business. I haven't even worked in since then, and we've kept in touch. So we're really good friends.
Did you play baseball when you were a little kid, like Little League?
I did Little League until I got hit. I got hit square in the eyes, right here. Black eyes everywhere. No, we were throwing pitches on the side, waiting to be up at bat, and the kid on my team throws it right at my eyes. We were probably 50 feet away, So I was out of school for about 2 weeks. Wow. I never played after that. And since then, I've hated sports.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah, it really ruined it for me.
You guys gutter? Or?
No.
No?
I played sports. I played a lot of sports. I played since I was a little kid. I played everything. I was a goalie in high school. I took a slap shot to the nuts one time from about 5 feet away. Yeah, it was in front of a big crowd, too. Like the whole crowd's like laughing at me.
Oh God, even worse.
We had like a female trainer. She comes out and she starts like lifting my legs up in the air. And I'm like, oh, get off!
Oh my God!
I had a steel cup on, but my nuts they rang like bells for like hours.
People don't realize that puck is frozen too.
That's true.
It was brutal.
Well, was it in the little Did they freeze the pucks when you were young, or were they those heavy plastic rubber ones?
Yes, it's a heavy
The
rubber
heavy
one.
ones.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Rick,
Oh, yeah.
have you ever seen anything paranormal? I don't know if I've ever heard you say anything.
Just the story I had the other night on my show about when I went over to my cousin's house. I have to tell it again. Now I'm getting all Quincy knows my arm was the hairs on my arm were coming up the other night when I was telling it.
Really?
I've never told anybody. But okay,
Sure.
so I go over back where I used to live when I grew up. My cousin and I live next door to each other. The houses, the backyards were parallel. So we got all right, bye guys.
That's why
And I
I
saw
laughed.
it, yeah. And
I
then
wanted to
saw
take
it, and
a
that
vape
was
and
very
not-
scary.
I told you
Scariest
guys
night of my
I
life.
had Ufo Cam on. Sorry.
Scariest night of my life. Oh. How about you, Michael?
Oh no, come on. I didn't know Gutter was going to go off camera, and I did at the same time.
He's doing it. It's all right.
That
Hey,
was
listen,
funny.
think back to when we were together doing the ghost investigating stuff. What did you get from that?
Those weren't. I mean, that was somewhat paranormal, but that was the most paranormal. Is when I saw the. All right, so I go into the back of my cousin's house, the back door. You can just walk in. My cousin's there. All right, you know what? You're not even gonna hear this.
I'm back. Go ahead. I'm listening. I've been listening the whole time. I'm right here.
I can't.
I just
I
took
can't
myself
do it,
off because
no.
I can't stop
Chris is
laughing.
killing me.
I'll be-
All right.
Oh man, what the hell am I doing?
I'm sorry,
I
guys.
hit the wrong button.
I can't. I'm
All right,
sorry.
no, you got to tell this story.
It's really not that scary now.
No, let's hear it.
Fascinating story.
I
Come on.
can hear it. Sorry.
Episode 21. I tell it in great detail. All right, so I can hear him.
We're all ears. You can hear the
The
car.
micro-
Can you hear that car alarm going? It's annoying.
Yeah, no.
I warned you guys. Yeah.
I can hear.
It's what we call in show business. It's known as the giggle. You know?
Giggle.
I can't do it. He's killing me.
We're waiting on your story, Rick. We're all anticipating.
I'm very sorry, guys, but I cannot tell it at this time because
You can't tell it. All right, Dark Hour. Let's hear your.
I'm sorry. Give me a
Dark
second.
Hour,
I
do you
will.
wanna hear my
Give me a second.
Mothman story, or should we wait for Rick?
I'm sorry. Say it one more time. I didn't hear you.
I'm going to tell you my Mothman story then while we're waiting.
Yeah, please. Yes. Absolutely. You said you've seen 2 sightings, right?
Mothman? All right.
Twice. I saw it twice.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because I know Dave Scott just had a show the other day. They had this guy, Lon Strickler on there. He's like a big Mothman dude in Chicago, and he was describing the same exact stuff that I had saw when I saw it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How long ago did you see your first sighting?
that was probably back in 2009 or 10,
Okay.
and I think it was like maybe 2 consecutive summers I saw it, and
Oh, really?
it was right down the street. I'm looking east towards the city. I'm just sitting in the backyard. I told you I had like a bunch of back surgery, so I was out for a long time, and I was just chilling in the backyard, and I see this big, like, devil bird fly over, but it didn't fly. It was just gliding. It was just kind of like gliding, and you could see it had huge red eyes, and it just looked like a monster, scary ass bird. And I saw it glide over twice in 2 different summers. It was pretty trippy. I know lots of people in my area see it too, so you know I can't confirm it was, but after hearing what people describe what Mothman is, and then putting 2 and 2 together, I was like, oh my god, that was Mothman! Holy shit!
Now, did you see both sightings in the same location, or were they across town?
It was in the same location. Yeah.
No kidding.
Right in the backyard, just chilling up like I was usually doing, looking for UFOs, dealing with a lot of pain. So it was a sad but fun time at the same time.
What time of day was it?
It's probably same time as now, dusk. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it's tripped
That's
out. You
weird.
know what was weird at the time? I was talking to this Russian guy. There was this Russian guy had a YouTube channel, and he would record all this shit, and his channel got it was gone, but he would always email me. Do you guys remember when YouTube back in the day wasn't owned by Google? It was owned, it had its own like email system. And excuse me. So you can email anybody. It was pretty easy. Yeah. It was great. You can communicate with a lot of people. And this guy would always email me. He's like, "Hey man, you ever see this big ugly bird that looks like a devil?" Like he was saying the same thing that was coming over him at the same time like I was seeing it. So it was kind of weird.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
In the same state?
No, he was in Russia, like Moscow.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Chicago. And he's like,
dude, that's crazy.
He's seen his. Did you ever see a Mothman, Rich?
No, I've never seen anything like that. I haven't even all I see is dots. You know,
UFOs? Hey, Rich, do you still see UFOs? Have you seen them?
No,
lately?
I haven't seen anything in, well, maybe one, but even then I can't prove it. And what I mean by dots is I don't see any detailed craft, nothing, with detail and edges. I just see dots. I don't buy it. It's probably a balloon or something, or it's always got to be something else. I don't know. I'm almost to the point where I think aliens aren't even here. But then again, I know some people who would say, well, explain abductions. Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, something very, something you can consider if you wanted to talk about it in that skeptical way. People say black projects, MK Ultra and so forth, people are getting abducted in one way or another. Maybe there's a parallel or some sort of correlation between that, and they think it might be extraterrestrial, or I'm just throwing something out there, I'll be honest with you.
No, that's a good way to look at it. I think I've thought of that as with many other theories, because with the lack of evidence that's out there, and every time there's a new UFO video, we're able to debunk it as CGI or whatever. Mm-hmm. There's nothing really, except for this one video from Yorkshire on the 14th of May. I don't know if you saw it. The guy with his daughter or the family in the backyard, and she goes, "I believe in aliens more than I do God." And
yeah, it was awesome. It was hilarious.
I can't believe that video. I don't know how they did it, but either it's real or I don't understand the CGI.
I told you to have that little kid in as a guest on your show. You went off on me. You're like, "Oh, I'm not having little kids on my show." This is a grown-up place.
I know, and I wish I didn't say that, because what I was gonna say was it would be great to have a kid on the show, but then I know you guys are like, "Oh, Rich going after a young girl."
But she had some profound things to say after seeing a UFO. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Right, for a 6-7-year-old, whatever she was.
Yeah. What location was that again?
Yorkshire, UK.
UK, gotcha.
That's one of my favorite videos. I don't know. It looks fake, but then it also looks real. And the way they react, it's.
Can I play it for you guys? Can I share it? You guys, can I share it?
Oh, yeah.
Richie, you can share it. Richie, you can share it.
Oh, I don't have it ready, bro.
Oh. But you, let me see. What was the name of it? Yorkshire?
I can find it if you want to just continue. I can get it real quick.
Go ahead. Could you do it? You're way better. I'll be fumbling over here.
Yeah, we'll just keep talking. I'll find it.
Trying to see a dark keyboard. It's really hard to see. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll get it here. Give me 30 seconds.
Cool. Rick, did you get yourself composed? Are you back together now? Buddy?
I'm sorry.
What was making you laugh so much?
Oh, nothing. I was just having a little.
Did you have any salmon turkey today?
Oh God, that is the worst stuff. Please, what is it?
Hey, can you spin the wheel for us, Rick, real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
What is the wheel?
The wheel. Oh, the wheel of mystery. Last night we had the wheel.
Can you explain it?
The UFO came on for a second.
Yeah. Show Rich.
This is a semi-finished wheel, but we put different categories here each night on the wheel. And then whatever you land on is what we'll be doing, like a food review. I did the salmon jerky last night, which is this disgusting stuff right here. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, so if you want to see me throwing that up, you can go watch. So you'll land. There's going to be challenges on here coming up, and also some prizes. We'll pair up with the chat room people there. So
it's awesome. I like it.
Gives us something different to do every show,
Wow, they moved this video way down in the search.
The best part
I'm
is the
having a hard
click.
time finding it.
No kidding.
I'll
I'm
give you the
sorry.
click while you guys are searching here on the new mic.
Yeah, do the
You
click.
can hear it. All right, here we go. I'll
What did
take L for 300.
What did it land on? Is there a little thing?
Junior.
Junior, what? Who's Junior?
Junior is Mr. Michael. Where is he?
So
Mr. Michael's topic.
when I put that on the category last night, Junior was the alleged monster that Duncan Cameron drummed up from his subconscious in the Montauk Project, which led to his demise in 1983. Apparently, that entity is still there in an interdimensional sense. It was never put away, so it's apparently walking around Camp Hero still to this day. So,
Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, great.
cool stuff.
It's funny, you
Let's
can see in
go.
one of Preston Nichols' presentations that he put out, his walkthrough of Camp Hero. He's standing on top of the tower, just casually talking about things. Says, "Oh, you see that dark splotch over there? Oh yeah." Zooms in. You see this big figure against the building. You can't really tell what it is, but it's a big motionless figure. He says, "Yeah, that's suspended in in animation, and it's still here. Oh, that's just Junior. Anyway, over here we have." I'm like, "Wow, okay, that's pretty casual, man."
So, what got you into the Montauk? Was it just something they were really digging at? What was the story behind that?
Well, I stumbled across Al Balick and what he was talking about first. I think again back in like late '90s, and something about the Philadelphia experiment fascinated me beyond probably the subject matter at hand, and I don't know what it was, but that led into the Montauk Project. And for me, I don't know what it is, but that project holds a lot of weight, and I've had a fascination with it and understanding to the best of my ability the science that went behind it and everything, more so than any of the other projects that I've brushed up with. But I've kept track of this stuff again since the late '90s, especially with those two projects in mind. And of course, where I am now, I could take a boat right over to Montauk. Take me about a half hour, but that's in proximity. I've been here all my life.
Now, Dark Hour, did you do any at your college radio and other broadcasting? Did you ever do any paranormal stuff, or was it just all music?
We used to do like subsets of the paranormal stuff. It was just things that we pepper into the show because the shows would already have their formats, and of course, you had a news, read that you had to put in every hour, and I would slip different like paranormal stories in there of the day, or talk about Loch Ness monsters, or more popular cryptids. I wasn't really able to go too far into it until later on when I started doing some of the semi-professional work. But it was, other than that, this is more centered around the music, but I got it in there.
Who's your favorite band currently?
I'm gonna have to go with my all-time favorite there, Bad Religion.
Bad Religion?
Yeah.
Good choice, buddy. Good choice. Rick's Realm. Who's your favorite music?
Probably of all time, probably Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Good choice.
Yeah,
good choice.
Yeah.
I would have
love
to
them.
go. I always liked U2 when I was a little kid for some reason, so I dig U2.
U2 is awesome. They have the loudest albums out there on the market. Sonically, they're the loudest records out there.
No offense, but that's probably my least favorite band, rock and roll.
Oh, really? U2? You don't
No
like
offense to anybody, but yeah, them and the Police.
Okay, were they too?
Yeah.
They were too pop for you? Is that what it was?
It's just too, yeah. I don't know what they are. Like, it's just weird.
How you doing,
I'm
Richie?
sorry.
I'm fine in it. Good.
Richie, what's your favorite? I know what you like. You like Maiden.
Well, my favorite band is Metallica.
Oh, Metallica.
Yeah, and then after that, it could be a lot of bands.
Did you ever see Metallica live?
Nope.
I think I saw him. I might have saw him.
You might have. How would you not know?
I remember I went to a what the hell was it? It was one of those rock shows, man.
Like the 5 best bands or whatever. Metal.
And
Monsters of Metal.
Monsters of Metal or something like that. It was craziness, but it was fun.
I've seen so many bands, but not Metallica. I actually had 104 fever when I had tickets to see Metallica and couldn't get out of bed to go see him, so I gave them to my friend.
I bet he had a blast.
Yep. It sucked. Well, I figured, all right, I'll see them in a few months. they were going to hit Tucson or something. And I remember I was going to go down. Then something happened. I think one of them got laryngitis. That's what it was. What's his name? Couldn't sing. So they canceled a month. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I never tried again. Then they took like 5 years off. That's what happened.
I remember that time. I remember
then they came out with Black after that, which was phenomenal, but
it wasn't like the earlier stuff, Master of Puppets and Justice for All.
No, but you know what? It's really good. It was good rock, man. It was
good.
The
Black Album was good. Black Album was good. That was the last one that I actually listened to. After that, I think they did Load and Reload and so forth. I thought it was sort of a different band, with Lars taking all those pieces away from his drum set and stuff, no more double bass. And it was different. I mean, it was good, but it was different than what I knew Metallica to be,
Yeah, and I love the last album. I like 6 songs are unbelievable to me, and then the rest of it I could live without. But I mean, it's 6 brand new songs from 50-year-old guys that are still going. I think they're going to be quitting soon, from what I heard. I don't know.
Got to come a day. These guys have been on this for so long. God, you got to think about what it's like touring at that age too. I mean, I did it when I was in my teens and 20s. I toured all over the place playing music. But as you get older, man, I don't think I'd want to do that.
What was your music, Dark Hour? What'd you play? What was your band? You had a band?
I've been all over with stuff. I had a black metal band for about 10 years, and we went all over the place with that. I was a hip hop MC for 8 years, believe it or not.
Wow.
I worked with Adult Swim, Aqua Teen Hunger Force back in the day. And I've done a lot of like rockabilly, Leonard Cohen-esque sort of projects. Ween was a big influence of mine growing up. So I'm all over the board with that stuff. Yeah.
Any strip club announcing?
No, never that far.
Destiny.
No, that's still that's on the bucket list, really.
Here comes Cherry, ladies and gentlemen.
Here comes Robitussin.
Give it up,
Cherry
here, folks.
Robitussin.
Thanks for showing up. It's No Tit Tuesday. Leave your dollars in the jar on the stage. Thank you.
What would Wednesday be?
Oh God.
Wild and Wet Wednesday.
Extra Wet Wednesday.
As we throw water balloons at the ladies. It's a nice venue,
Water balloons. Richie, what's the temperature out there now?
Right now in Phoenix, Arizona, with 3 minutes before 7, it is, come on, weather guy, show me who you are, 92 degrees with 10% humidity and winds from the northwest,
Awesome.
5 miles an hour.
I love the heat, man. I really do.
It's going to be 108 next Wednesday.
Oh, wow. Jesus, that's early, no?
Yep, about a month and a half, about a month earlier. Yeah, usually we get about a month of 110 to 15, and that's in July.
I mean,
and then the monsoons come in. Pardon?
I said, thank God that's dry heat.
It is dry. You don't sweat. You get used to it. It's not that bad, really.
No.
Yeah, I'm like weather here. I like the heat. I do. I can't do the cold, though, for some reason.
Oh, man. When that polar vortex hit Chicago, it's brutal, dude.
I can't imagine that. 20 below.
Yeah, it's like 20, 30 below. Jesus. And the worst part of that is my job was outside, so I'm just in the thick of it all the time at the airport. Do you want to hear my O'Hare Airport UFO story?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to hear? Do you want to hear the story about
all of them?
The 2 guys that I interviewed, or the 2 guys that are the one that I saw?
The one you saw. Saw.
I got a report. I wrote a report from MUFON. I forgot the guy's name. I should read the report, but I don't want to sit there. You guys will be like, But it was one day I was at the back of a Terminal 2. I was looking up, and it was like rain clouds in the sky, and they started to part a little bit. It was like, but they were steady, but they were shooting by, and I looked up and I saw it looked like a helicopter was in the cloud, and I was like, what the hell is this helicopter doing in the cloud? It looked like, like one of those black helicopters, it's kind of like the rounded shape, looks like a motorcycle helmet. This thing, it looked like a motorcycle helmet. It had a black like shield in front. It was black in back. And I saw it. I was like, holy shit, what is that thing doing? And it came down. It turned into a triangle which turned into a black pyramid, which was kind of flickering light. And then it changed into a ball back again, and it shot up and took off. But there was 2 or 3 guys sitting there with me trying to watch it. There's one guy with his camera out trying to watch it. I'm asking myself, should I jump on the radio and tell people? I didn't want to sound like a weirdo, but I had it had to be seen by thousands of people. It had to have been. There's 3 different towers there that were triangulated around where this giant thing was. And there was people seeing it with me, so I wasn't the nuts one. You know, there's other people looking at the shit. And so what amazes me about that subject is I wrote a report right to MUFON and right to one of their top researchers. I'm like, there's got to be tons of photographs and shit everywhere. Oops. And they never get back to me. You know, that's what pisses me off. Nobody gives a shit. You know, so that was the day I had saw it. It was a big black pyramid, and it was over O'Hare Airport, Terminal 2. I could probably give you the date and time if I can look at the emails, but I don't want to dig
What year?
That was probably, let me guess, I'll say 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If you would have said 2006, I would have been like, oh my God.
No,
2005, because that,
well,
the Chicago O'Hare incident.
Well, here's the 2006 story is that I worked with those 2 guys. And so I got a chance to interview them later. And I talked to both of them. And they were the first 2 guys that were working C-17 that day that saw it.
Yeah.
And they said that, you know, there's 2 guys and they're pretty adamant about it. You know, I wrote down their stories somewhere and probably put it on Twitter. But the one guy said he was looking at Charlie 1 and he saw this big black thing float over the terminal and it posted up over his gate. And I asked him what did it look like. He said it was like a pancake. It looked like a big dark pancake. And he said it was rotating. And he had told they were ready to push the plane back. And the pilot's like, what's going on? And the kid was like, there might be something unsafe over the plane. And so the pilot's like, what are you talking about? So the pilot opens the window, looks up, sees the thing floating over, calls the tower and says, hey, could you check out the radar? There's something flying over. The first officer opens up his window, looks at it. The flight attendant opens up the galley door and looks at it. You know, you can see people, they're telling me they saw people on the ramp also looking at it fly over. And they said that it lasted for about 2 or 3 minutes. One guy said it did leave a hole in the cloud, and the other guy said it didn't.
Interesting.
Wow.
It doesn't look like a UFO went through the cloud. That looks like actual ice crystals separating the cloud like normal hole punch clouds look like.
But both of these, excuse me, but both of those guys had claimed that saw it, said there was definitely something there, and it was nothing there.
Yeah, there was. I think they just got confused at what they saw when it took off, maybe, or it was a hole punch done by the UFO. But how can one guy see it and the other guy not? That to me is weird.
Here's what I'll do next time. I'll have you guys back on, and I'll have at least one of the guys that first saw it come on with us. How's that sound? And he'll tell you verbatim what he saw. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
No, it's too late.
We'll save it for another time.
I got the video ready.
Okay, go for it.
So I was wrong.
Stories about the UFOs, so I'll leave it at that. Go ahead, Rich.
No, you what? Hey? Oh, well, I was wrong. It was from Barnoldswick, Lancashire, UK. There were so many videos coming out of that area. Anyway, there is another cool video I'd like to show you after this, but it's your show. You do what you want.
No, Rich, you know how to do it because you did it before. You know how to hook it up from the bottom.
Oh yeah, I do. Hold on. Here we go. You don't know how yet? You know how.
I don't have the upgraded version. I just got the dock. Look, I got the dock.
You don't need it.
Yeah, you still can do everything I can do, just less of it.
Oh yeah, well, good.
All right, here we go.
I'm a dummy.
Hold on. No, you're not.
Oh.
It's gonna take a second. Gush. And gush. Here we go. Is it stuttering? It looks like it's stuttering.
A little
Is
bit.
it working? Hold on a second. Give it a second. I can't move the mouse. Yeah, I'm not used to having 4 people on. Here we go. I need a new computer. This is awful.
What happened?
This looks awful, doesn't it?
Hang on, let me fix it. Give me 1 second.
How can you fix? No, it looks fine. I'm saying it's stuttering.
Like,
Yeah.
Isn't it stuttering?
Yeah, just the video
gonna
part,
try-
not the audio.
Oh, here it goes. Now it's going.
Look how
Yeah.
fast it
Oh my
accelerates.
god, it's not even funny, this is scary. There's not even any more of them. Oh my god, is that, oh my god.
It's working good now, right?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god. It's aliens. I believe in aliens. I believe in aliens. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I can't believe it.
No, it came out of
I
nowhere.
can't believe it.
It came out of nowhere. Oh god, I got so loud.
Have you guys seen this?
I haven't.
No.
I don't know how good it's showing, but what I'll do is put the link in the chat room so you can watch it on your own.
Awesome.
I didn't like
Capiche? Here we go. Egouge. Oh, I can't. Yes, I can.
Yeah, that little kid is tripped out in the video.
I know,
I
right?
believe in them.
Not for
What's
nothing.
that?
I mean, that's a little kid's reaction. Could be very genuine.
That's done.
Are you guys seeing the link that I posted in there? Or no?
I don't see it yet.
You know,
I have no way to send anything to the chat.
I gotta
Oh, you put it in the private chat, Rich.
I would have
Yeah, I
to
did.
Oh.
Oh, for
put it in me and I'll put it in. How's that sound?
I can't. It won't let me pick anybody to send it to.
Hang on. Oh,
Hold on. I'm going to see if this plays better because the beginning part is good. Like the first 30 seconds. Okay, it is better now. So let's see what happens here. You guys can see that nice, right?
that it was exact.
Mhm.
Get it.
Seriously,
All right, now it's working better.
fast it
Oh my
accelerates.
god, it's not even funny, this is scary.
See, I don't understand. When it disappears right there, it looks like it's a reflection.
Is that, oh my
You know, like there's glass out there and the dad is maybe
Oh, I see what you're saying.
lying to the family.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fully go away. It still stays just enough. I don't know, man. Their reactions are spot on, too.
aliens.
yeah, they have some weird reactions, definitely.
Aliens, no,
I believe in aliens more than God.
That's hilarious.
oh no.
All right, I think you guys get it.
Oh god, I got
I'll go ahead and stop sharing.
Oh my god.
You said there was another video you were gonna share, Rich.
You had to remember. All right. I give you such a hard time. I love you, man.
Well,
You're a good sport. All right, let me find it. It's in the same general area. It won't take me but a minute. So what do you think about that video? Could it be real? What do you think, guys?
go ahead, Dark Hour.
I mean, it's again another one of these things where it's really difficult to tell. And video shot on cell phones, it's a curse that everybody walks around with these, and a blessing at the same time, because we can all catch something really foggy and fuzzy in the distance, but nobody can tell what it is. In this sort of thing, I would go with the reaction. Maybe try to look at the movement of the vehicle. I mean, the fact that some of these kind of blink in and out of, vision, suggesting either we're not seeing it, based on some sort of something dealing with the weather environmentally, or they actually have that commercial aspect about them. It's hard to tell from these videos, man. I mean, I went off on Billy Meyer the other day, and I had Michael Horn on my ass.
Yeah.
So I said I got to talk to him still because he wanted me to get in touch with him. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell, though. It's hard to tell.
Rick, what do you think about the video? You think it's cool?
I agree. It's hard to tell, and I'm watching it on a real small screen, so it's even harder to tell. Yeah, just looks like a light to me, but who knows? I'm gonna watch it on a bigger screen. And
Can I send this link to you so you can send it to them?
Yeah.
Now, how do I do that here? Go to private chat, and there's nobody there.
Private chat, there's me. I'm right there. What are you talking about?
I don't see you.
I'm in there.
Guys, I'm in private chat. I can't screenshot a live show. Well, I could, but it would be weird. Oh, I don't get to. No, you didn't do that.
What?
Wait, forget it. I don't know where I could put it. Oh, there you are. So then you see the link. It's right above you.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So what are you busting my hump for?
My bad.
I'm getting the other video. Yep.
Now, what's the next video about, Rich?
I was interrupted to get that link. I'm almost there. The next one is a one I think everybody may have seen over the ocean, but I have another one that's more recent. Do you remember the over the ocean? If you've been to my show, yeah, you do remember it, or not. Remember when it was going in and out of the ocean? Secure Team did a video on it.
Yep.
Not Secure Team, Third Phase.
I remember that video. This is very interesting.
Yeah, I watched that video too.
On your show too, right?
Right, and I actually went into the comments of that video, and if you look, somebody said, and it was a popular comment, that it's a scuba diver under the water filming, and the light moving is from when they're moving around underwater. So I don't know, but it doesn't look like it's underwater to me.
Well, the weird thing is it just disappears, and when it reappears, it looks exact. If you blow it up and do a screenshot at 3 different locations, that thing comes out of the water. It's the same exact overlay. It's the same thing. That's why it's fake. Anywho, what do I know? I'm almost there. It just takes forever because there's a million messages I have to go through.
As obvious as it is, in this field, you're out there looking for these things that you can't explain as it is. Now, on top of that, unlike other fields, we have people out there purposefully putting misinformation, disinformation, faked videos in there to kind of confuse people. It's crazy.
Yeah, like those 13 Facebook pages that popped up that are all fake UFO videos and pictures and ghost stuff.
Mm-hmm. Somebody goes through a lot of effort to do that, man.
Why? To throw us off?
I mean, it's a good question.
It's to muddy the waters, of course.
Mm-hmm.
After what we went through with TTSA and everything else, we got like 8 years of information in 3 years. I mean, we got a lot of stuff. So I think they're trying to backpedal and muddy the waters to set us straight again. We got to get these people thinking that UFOs are fake. And then they come out and the Navy says a month ago that those are real UFOs. Very confusing time.
It is, man.
Okay, so they're real UFOs. Let's just say they are. What does it mean now? What does it mean? Have they been talking to them for 15 years or more?
Well, if they can at least prove that one of those is real, you'd have to look at everything that came before it with a very, very fine eye. Even going back to the 1950s, where they, United States supposedly signed a contract with the Greys, in exchange for technology, they could take certain people for their hybrid breeding programs and so forth. I mean, this is hearsay today, but it's still out there in the consciousness.
If that's a real contract, it ends in June, by the way. So be prepared for the next wave of COVID alien toes.
Just an update from the chat room. Gutter got kicked out and he's trying to get back in.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
Okay.
We got 3 hosts here. How could he not?
Hey,
This show runs itself. I can't believe I can't find the video. I mean, I'm almost there, but it's taken forever. All right, here we go. Oh, you mothers. It's just taken forever because I'm on StreamYard. Wow, so you did real radio. That's fantastic stuff. Doesn't pay well, does it, or does it?
Not really.
Can you get paid $1,000 a week?
I mean, if you have the clout. You know what I mean? You've been doing it for a long enough time where people have been listening. It's similar to what we do with YouTube today, but it happens so much quicker with YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's kind
wow,
of
really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you did real radio. That's fantastic.
So back then,
Hey, well,
it
does
was
it?
really dependent on who was tuning
Hey,
in.
better.
Even check who was at certain times in terms of demographics and stuff. You just had to go by the seat of your pants. Long enough time where people have been, unless you have your own show and you're doing that exclusively and you have big names on your show, you weren't getting paid too much. It wasn't enough to make a living.
That's fantastic. That's what Howard Stern always said.
Really dependent on who was even check who was.
Hey,
All right, I found the video. Let me see.
You guys know Matt, right? Matt's back. He wants to say hi to you guys.
Hey, Matt.
What's up, pal?
Hey, guys.
Your own show.
Sorry, feedback. Matt, do you like UFOs?
I find them interesting. I definitely find the concept of alien life to be interesting. So, let me ask you guys a question. If you believe in UFOs, where do you think they come from?
Palladian systems, Syrian systems. It could be coming from the past, the future, in terms of these other planets. Like, for example, Mars. Some people have proposed that maybe they're coming from a past timeline or a future, and so forth.
Okay,
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
Theories. What do you view to be the most likely theory?
Honestly, because I very much believe in interdimensional travel as a possibility and time travel as well. I think that the possibility that they're coming from all different places is probably the bigger likelihood. That being said, I think they're also coming from right here within the planet in some way, shape, or form. Not to say for certain that the Earth is hollow, but there's plenty of places, species like this could be living and thriving. Look at Tulsa, New Mexico. Look at Phil Schneider's story, how he even happened upon, the battle that he got involved with. So.
Yeah.
And murdered.
No, yeah, and he called it. It was the 13th or 14th attempt on his life. 13th, I think it was, that they finally got him.
That's a lot of attempts, don't you think?
I do. It's weird.
A theory that they think is special, better than the other theories, is as the origin of UFOs.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Does anyone else have a theory that they think is especially better than the other theories as to the origin of UFOs?
I think it's a preference. I kind of believe they've always been here
obviously,
for the moon.
Absolutely.
I'm just
the
saying,
moon is
there particular theory that you think is even if you think there's multiple reasons for them that you think is responsible for a higher percentage of them, shall I say?
Well, I if I'm understanding your question correctly, I don't think that there's an umbrella consensus as to where these things maybe come from. I think everybody has their own.
The lack of consensus is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm saying, how do you feel? What are your beliefs based on what you know and what you've seen and your opinions? Like, what do you think is the most viable answer?
I'm with Rich on this. I think they've been here all along, man. Honestly. Either with the moon or being here on the planet in one way, shape, or form. From what I've understood, this wasn't even really our planet. I think it was a Draconian planet, or reptilian owned at one point.
But think about this. We can't go anywhere. We can't go through the Van Allen belt. We've never been to the moon, most likely. But I just found out it's really hard to fake the moon than it is to get to the moon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I also think it's weird we haven't been back to the moon, and we were supposedly told not to return, and we haven't. But think about this. We can't go to another star. We can't go anywhere. We're stuck here on the zoo. I like to think of it as. I think we are brought here from somewhere else because the sun hurts our eyes. We don't have any. We have to wear clothing. We're not indigenous to this earth. Look at every other animal and species. They don't need clothes. They adapt. It's just weird.
Well, pigs do.
That's why they got the mud.
Yeah, that's why they roll around in the mud. I mean, they just have a more primitive answer to the same problem, but
Pigs are very similar. We use their hearts in surgery, so they're very similar to humans. It's weird, and they're intelligent, some more than dogs.
Even amongst humans, am I correct here in assuming that we're all pretty Caucasian?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of Italian, but I don't look Italian. But I mean, even amongst humans, our tolerance to sunlight is vastly different. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I have friends, they're black, and they can just sit outside without sunscreen on. Me, if I'm outside without sunscreen on for 20 minutes, I mean, that's just
That's a good
effective
point.
evolution.
That's a great point. I didn't even think of that. See, this is why we have to do shows like this.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
always
got smarter just from hearing that. That's
change
amazing.
ideas.
Love it.
Serious. I'm 100% serious. I'm not even joking.
Now,
Oh, right.
But it's
as
true. I didn't know that about pigs.
with regards to UFOs, you know, as we're all saying, I don't know that there's any one true conclusive answer to all of them, but you know, I see a lot of them. I think a lot of them could be as of yet unexplained atmospheric or quantum phenomenon.
Okay.
You know, there's a whole great world out there. I mean, I don't know if there's any higher intelligence guiding or creating this, but I mean, you got all kinds of stuff that's known to occur in nature. I mean, think about the stuff we don't know about yet.
Jeez. It's probably more than we
Imagine. Right.
Exactly, yeah.
know. Like in the movie Contact, when they gave her the death pill, you know, she goes, I'm not going to go millions of miles just to kill myself. He goes, for the reasons we can't think of.
Yeah, right. Unknown unknowns.
Yeah, man. The devil you know better than the devil you don't.
That was a good movie too, actually. For what it's
Yeah, I
worth.
might watch that later. Yeah, that was fun.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah, very interesting film.
What about ghosts, man? Do you think ghosts and aliens are one and the same, or for me, I think they're all different. But what do you guys think?
I think there's a cross between them in a respect that, you know, maybe extraterrestrials having an interdimensional aspect could be mistaken for ghosts. I think there must be some sort of crossover between the realms there. I mean, you're talking about harmonics, right? When you're talking about dimensions, you're looking at musical vibration, overtones, and stuff like that. There's a possibility that, you know, we're just kind of seeing, again, a crossover between them. I mean, I do think there's separate entities, of course. You have those who have passed on, but it starts getting a little muddy once you get past that the wall or something, lack of a better adjective.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Thank you, Gutter Gawker.
The river Styx, you know.
So when people seeing shadows, that could actually be aliens cloaked.
That's what I think too. Yeah, there's a very big possibility of that being the case.
That's what bothers me. When stuff moves, I believe they're in here with us. Well, obviously, but I mean, like, they're just off that vibration. We can't see them. Just out of the spectrum of our vision. It's so frustrating, man. God, I hate that.
Because you feel like you can, I mean, you catch it out of the corner of your eye. You look over expecting to see something solid and it's gone. It's not there. But you saw something 2 moments ago. It's very interesting. If you see, you know, like Rick had this experience that he would tell you about his ghost encounter. But one of the things I noticed when I came up against a group of them out doing the ghost investigating stuff was when I first saw the entity, it was moving and I saw the head first. And as I focused on the head, it started to fade and I saw the body come into play in my peripherals. And then again, as soon as I focused on that, I saw the legs moving. I couldn't put it all together. And what my head was saying was, why is it so silent? There's movement. There should be sound. And there was no sound. It was so weird.
That's brilliant the way you described it. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's bizarre. I love that you said that.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Yeah, it's unreal hearing it from somebody else because I'm in such denial. It's not even funny.
I think with both ghosts and UFOs or aliens or all that, I mean, I keep saying this, it's becoming a cliche, but the U in UFO is for unknown. I mean, if we could, you know, like we know what the insides of a dog look like. We've dissected dogs before. But I mean, as far as aliens or ghosts, like that's still, all that stuff is still on the fringes of science. Like we don't fully understand it yet. And we're all sitting here we have our theories, we have our hypotheses, but yes, they might be the same, they might not be the same, they might be similar, there might be some crossover. We don't know yet.
Yeah, that's true.
So I go hiking now, and I stop at the top or have almost to the top of this mountain, and there's a walkway or driveway that goes up to the higher level, which is a house that sits upon the top of this mountain. I heard people walking down there, and I took 2 pictures, one right after the other, and check this. I don't know if I can show you. Oh yeah, I can. Dude, you guys are going to love this. I don't know. I've never had anything like this appear on any of my. Now remember, it's just me by myself. Here we go. Takes a second. I'll show you the first picture, and then you'll see the second. You'll know what it is immediately. It's coming. No? Yeah, it's coming.
Hit the plus button.
Oh, gutter. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's the first pick, right? I'm looking up there. I thought I saw people walking.
listening to this, please turn your phone sideways while you're taking pictures of things. Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to talk about it, and I did turn it the other way, but it came out blurry. So, but thank you for the tip. And oh, you can't see it? Oh shit! There's 2 people. You can see 2 shadows of people right here.
Oh, I see it.
Zoom it up a little bit.
Let me try to zoom in.
Yeah,
This is weird. It doesn't even look that good over here. On my phone, when I look at it, I can see what looks like 2 silhouettes of people.
Huh.
And I don't see that here. All right. Well, that was a nice waste of time, I guess.
Oh, shit, though.
I'm really upset about that. I'll figure it out.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not coming in right, so forget it. I thought I had something cool.
Talk about these, shadow people and stuff.
Hey, UFO Buster Network, thank you very much.
They talk about shadow people.
I'm just responding to some of our comments here.
Yep, no, it's fine.
The same comments.
I hate to bring up this name, but I'm going to say his name because I do think that there was something in his work that actually did make sense, and that's some of what Carlos Castaneda might have been sharing. Do I think it was who he said he was? Probably not. But again, some of the concepts and the theories he introduced were very, very interesting and obviously groundbreaking for the time. But one of the things that he mentioned where there was this, not necessarily a race, but it's an existence of these shadow beings, and they're sort of the culmination of negativity that our consciousness as a collective has drummed up for as long as we've been here, and they're a part of that. Just another theory throwing it out there.
Yeah, you never know.
So are you postulating that they're physically there, or are you postulating that they're kind of a shared hallucination?
On a different vibrational level, and we catch them once in a while.
So, like, can we interact with them, or is this just
assuming? Well, probably. I mean, I couldn't say that I have heard of any stories where people have actually interacted with them. Now, I've actually seen what I consider shadow people in a prolonged period for about 10, 15 seconds in a house that I was moving into. I very distinctly saw 3 people as what appeared to be a male figure with a hat on, a woman with a bonnet, and a small child standing outside the other side of the door watching me pull stuff into this new room. And I kind of looked over at him, and I just kind of looked there, and you could see right through it, and for that 10, 15 seconds, I'm trying to discern the edges, but there were these shadows standing right in front of me, just watching me. So they didn't say anything. I didn't feel bad about anything. They were just there observing. So I don't know if it's the same kind of consciousness that you and I would carry around. It might be something collective.
But I mean, do you feel that they are corporeal, or just something that is acting on your brain?
I'm not sure. I really couldn't say. It could be both. It could be both.
Well, I mean, obviously, something's corporeal. It's there. It's also going to be acting on your brain. I'm acting on your brain right now, Yeah,
but I mean, some of these things too. Again, it all comes back to vibration, and what you can do with vibration. What we do with it, we're moving air molecules, making sound. We're using electromagnetic frequencies. We understand to a certain degree, but I think as you kind of touched on with sort of the quantum physics aspect, there's a lot more we still need to understand.
Excuse me one second. I want to respond to that comment. Autopilot, you know what? It's just genetics. Some people get it, some people don't.
I'm on my way, man. I'm on my way.
Yeah, right.
He's got a.
This is my quarren beard. I haven't done anything with it.
Warren beard.
Getting wild here.
You gotta copyright that. That's great.
But my bar is opening up on Friday. So at the same time, barbershop's opening up. So I think I might go for a whole new look. Next time you see me, you might not recognize me at all.
Awesome.
Oh, how funny.
So I know we were talking cryptids earlier. Does anyone got a fun local cryptid story, local to where you're staying?
Honestly, I couldn't top what Gutter was sharing. That's pretty amazing. And, I can't remember the exact year Mothman was sighted. I know it was maybe 50s, 60s, something like that. They saw him for what I would consider a short period of time, several months. And then that was it. Nobody saw him. And all of a sudden, 2000s, he pops up again. That's kind of crazy to me because, for example, something like the Dover Demon, that was around for 24 hours. Nobody saw or heard from it ever again. But the Mothman made a return, or at least people are, saying they see it. Is this something has a species similar to Bigfoot, where they're actually living in a physical realm with us here, and we're just not seeing them, or is it just one, or is it two? He talks about the one that was over in Russia being seen at a similar time. Something's
like a Bigfoot or a Mothman.
Well, I'm saying that maybe Mothman. That maybe there's many Mothmen. Maybe they are a species like Bigfoot is supposedly, where you have, families of Bigfoot living in the woods, and you see this thing all over the place.
Big feet, sir. Big feet.
Yeah.
And 1 second, big cat, all alternating capitalizings on letters, says, if you do a top knot, I'll fly out and fight you, Matt. How would I want to do that? Feel like get some money if I fight you? Like if I win, do I hold like some kind of world title? Oh yeah, man bun is the alternate term, brother. The same, LOL. I don't know. As long as I've had long hair, I pretty much just always let it hang down. So here in Illinois, talking cryptids, we've had a lot of reports of large black cats, and currently speaking, there are no large cats that are native to Illinois, but historically, cougars have been, and there could be cougars here, but apparently, from my research, cougars are extremely rare, like 1 in a billion to be black. But also jaguars that are not that far away, apparently it's like 6 or so in 100, I think I read, that are black. So I'm wondering if maybe a jaguar or two, or a family, or a few jaguars, or one pregnant jaguar maybe would have migrated up to Southern Illinois. No one ever saw him.
It's very possible, man.
As far as as far as Illinois goes, we have found sharks in the Mississippi River all the way up to Illinois. So sometimes cryptids are just animals that are not in their normal habitat.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
My thing is, if people are seeing Bigfoot and then other people who don't believe in Bigfoot say it's because your adrenaline was going and your brain thought it was seeing something, trying to make it. No, that's not what happens. I never heard of anybody ever saying that their dog changed into a Bigfoot because they were scared, or a bear. I never heard of that before. Till just I got into this. And people are saying, oh, no, it's a real thing. your brain will see what it needs to see to make the connection to what it doesn't understand it's seeing. Well, how about it's seeing a Bigfoot and it doesn't understand it's a Bigfoot?
Yes.
Well,
But where are they? You know?
That's kind of my opinion on Bigfoot is where are they? Why has one never gotten shot by a hunter or run over by a car? Or, I mean, why have we never found a skeleton with Bigfoot? It seems to be an animal that size, like within the 300 years, the 400, 600 years that we've been inhabiting here, we would have found conclusive evidence at some point.
Yeah, I mean, you would think, but you don't really.
Animals.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of bones though in the wild, really, unless somebody dug down or it was a thaw. Maybe.
But I'm just saying, you find
stuff
from time to time. Stuff gets hit by cars. Stuff gets shot by hunters.
Well, in Mount St. Helens, we talked about it on my show that they were finding dead Bigfoot and live Bigfoot, and there's that cover up.
You have pictures of that?
No, of course not. Nothing. But the people who told the story, people who were in the military were brought there. Doctors talked about it, that these were hairy creatures. They actually had one bandaged up, and then they would drive around looking. I guess they communicated somehow like us. And anytime it got near a location where there was maybe a cave or where they lived, the creature would make a noise if he heard something or smelled something. And when the creature made one noise, he turned and walked away, and they found a dead or dying Bigfoot. He walked up to it, spoke to the Bigfoot that was dying, and then the Bigfoot walked away sad with its head down, and he hears a gunshot, that we had to put it down. So these are weird and sounding like real stories from Mount St. Helens eruption. And that would make sense. You might find that. Sad.
You think all the evidence thereof got destroyed by the volcanic eruption?
Well, they put them in bags, the dead ones, and supposedly these live ones went somewhere disclosed and let go into the wild, or who knows? We don't know. They're probably doing experiments on them. Who knows?
So you think they're some kind of super endangered species that the government's trying to protect?
Why not? Why can't they be that much smarter? They would know the terrain real well. They could hollow out trees and just sneak up in one. They could be hiding behind a tree, but what you don't know is that it's hollowed out and they step in it.
One of the better references I like to look at when you look at these things is, what did the indigenous people think? Was there a native tribe that had a story about this and called it something else already? Usually, to me, that lends a little bit more credence, to the story.
Yeah,
that is, yeah.
Oh, yeah, 1,000 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Even when we came here to America, Columbus and those guys were seeing them.
Yeah, and those people were able, well, especially the Native American tribes out here, were able to integrate those into their lives and live with them and understand them in their own way. And they had some sort of harmony. So what the hell happened with us?
It's all about that dollar and the land.
That sure is.
Got to have that view.
Yep.
It's amazing what's happened. Just greed kills everything. Yeah, because we could live on this earth, right, without fossil fuel. Well, oil. No such thing as fossil fuels, but supposedly we have another 100 years of it.
And that's it.
And that might be it, yeah. But don't you think we would have another form of technology by now? We're still using rockets 80 years later. It's weird.
I think they're still milking it, and for as much as they can get out of it. And once that's exhausted, we're like, oh my God, you'll see all sorts of other things come right out.
After 9/11, it went to 130 barrel or something, and during COVID, it went to minus 40. They couldn't give it away. I mean, in Arizona, it's $1.79.
Yeah,
there are people that deliberately control the price of oil.
Hell yeah.
OPEC would be the largest culprit there. But yeah, I mean, the price of oil, the stock market, all that stuff. I mean, it's basically chosen by a group of people, group of people, but.
And anytime the economy's doing great for any amount of multiple years, there's always some sort of crash. It's always up and down. Why can't it just be an even keel?
Be too easy, huh?
Well, there's always a new product, or there's a bad weather, or crops get eaten by mosquitoes or grasshoppers.
Well, hey, what can I say? Life is what happens while you're making other plans,
Yeah, life is what you make of it.
I'm gonna let Dave back on. Nice to talk to all y'all. Hope y'all.
Yeah, you too, man.
Cheers, Matt. Have a good night, brother.
Take care, buddy.
That was Matt, everybody. That was Matt. You guys
Yeah.
excited?
Hey, what's up, Gutter?
You see, guys. That was Matt. I hope you guys give him a big round of applause. He loves doing this. You get the thrill.
Oh, hey.
Golf club. He's gonna have a new haircut, he said. So I imagine he's gonna be all clean shaven with the long hair.
He said he's gonna have a brand new look and you won't even be able to recognize him.
Wow.
So, and you know what's funny is the last time he did that, he cut it all off. You know what's funny? Like a month later, it was all right back. Like it was exactly as long as you see.
He's Bigfoot.
Bush. Yeah.
Bigfoot. Matt,
We got him.
Bigfoot, dude.
He's a nice guy.
He's very
He
nice.
is.
Guy.
He's good people. So is that his bar that you work
Yeah,
at?
this is Matt's. That's my bro.
That's cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
He's super cool. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Awesome guy. You guys ever in Forest Park, Illinois? Make sure you check it out. What are you guys up to tonight? Anybody gonna hang out still? I think I'm gonna wrap it up here in a minute. Is that cool?
That's fine, man.
Are you guys still revving to go? I'm not sure. I got to help Matt out with some stuff, so I was gonna probably.
Oh, well, we'll do it again.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Like to do, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
You guys
me-
had a good time.
Great.
Everybody had a good time. Everybody in the chat room had a good time. Everybody's behaving.
So
Yeah.
much fun.
Everybody's been nice. Rick, I'm happy you were here, buddy. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you for having me. This was great.
I like your show. It's we get the same cool chat people all over the place, so it's fun, And I
Yes.
hope Dark Hour, you guys start subbing to Dark Hour. He's doing his stuff now, and you guys all know Richie Goofon. He's the greatest. He's the president of the podcast association for paranormal.
I could do that.
But I'm
Yeah.
really, I'm happy to see you guys. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to wrap it up. The humidity's kicking my ass out here.
Okay.
I wasn't ready for it. You can probably see it in
Sucks.
my eyes. I'm just wearing out. But thank you, everybody.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
you too. Take care.
Okay,
See ya.
I'll see everybody soon. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Gutter. Rich.
All right. Good night.
See
We'll
ya.
you guys. Have a
Good
good
night.
night.
Bye.
Good night. Solo me. Well, I hope to see you guys back. Hope you guys like Matt. Matt was cool. Look at my weird ears. Why are my ears so weird? I'm telling you, my mom should have put one of those helmets on my head. Maybe I should do a GoFundMe for ear surgery. Is everybody cool? Thank you for being here, everybody. You guys are all awesome. You guys know you're all awesome. Wish there was another show on tonight. I gotta help this guy. Place is opening soon. Maybe we'll do some more live. I forgot to do the UFO cam. Fell off the wall anyway. But all right. Good night, everybody. It's nice to see you. Can't wait to see you guys again. Everybody be safe on Memorial Day. Remember all these servicemen and people that died. Give us all this freedom we have. I was in the Marine Corps. Check it out. Oh. Want some of this, brother? I can't fight my way out of a paper bag. Can barely feel my feet half the time. I'm gonna take off. I'll see you guys. Good night, everybody.